Kurunji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
Free bus for LKG to 8th standard.
Free, hygienic and nutritious food.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurunji Education Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurunjischoolnkl.in.
Good morning students. Dear students, in this video session, I would like to explain about some of the phylum chordata subphylums. 3 subphylums of chordata, that Urochordata, Cephalochordata and Vertebrata. In the last previous class, we already discussed about these chordata classification. So now in this class, in this video session, what are the general characteristics of that chordata 3 subphylums? Dear students, here in this video, one of the subphylum of chordata, that Urochordata. In the last video, in the flow chart, in the mind map wise, I said the chordata is classified into the Urochordata and Cephalochordata, one of the Vertebrata. These are the 3 classes. So here Urochordata characteristics. Here the subphylum Urochordata, the name significance, chorda means notochord. That notochord is possessing at the place of the uro means tile. Here I mentioned uro means tile. In the tile region, notochord is presented. So that's why that organisms those called as a Urochordata animals. The total Urochordata animals under keeping in subphylum Urochordata. Those habitats, Urochordata organisms habitat, marine habitat and greater depth, in the maximum depth regions those and all present. Some of the Urochordata are solitary, attached to the substratum, or some one are colonical. It is a primitive, one of the primitive characteristics. Some of the invertebrate phyla times it is seen. Okay, colonical characteristic. Okay, example, solitary example Acidia, it is one of the example of Urochordata, and colonical example Pyrosoma. You should be remember the file these names. Okay, solitary example of Urochordata Acidia, and then colonical example of Urochordata Pyrosoma. Then another character, body is unsegmented, body is not have any segmentation, and then the body is covered by the one of the cover, that cover is called as a test, or another also called as a tunic. By the presence of these tunic, Urochordata also called as a tunicates. What are tunicates? Tunic layer present around the body. Body is covered by the one layer, that is a test, also called as a tunic. So here that Urochordata phylum also called as a tunicata. Tunicata composing by the cellulose. What substance? Cellulose. These and all very most important words are used in NEET examinations. Okay. Then coelom. It is a coelomic organism. Which coelom? Enterocoelomic organism. And then here atrial cavity is present around the pharynx. For understanding, I mentioned like this: atrial cavity present around the pharynx. That pharynx will be opening at the place of the gill slits. Just for understanding wise, I will give one imaginary view how fishes are having the gill, that gills are opening at the place of the either sides operculum, like imagine it. Okay, here fish like body ille, it is not a fish like body. I am saying about the gill slits wise, I am saying that one, pharynx are opening into the gill slits, okay. And very most important character, endostyle, a advanced character of these urochordata. Endostyle, it is like advanced organism similar to thyroid. In advanced organisms like us, we have the thyroid gland. So primitively thyroid gland is in the form of the endostyle. So evolutionary way, once upon a time thyroid gland in the form of the endostyle. So up to now previous phylums discussion time, we doesn't seen any endocrinal system. We known endocrinal system, chemical messengeral system. That chemical messengeral system wise we doesn't seen anything up to now what we complete the previous videos, okay. In this video what we discussing here, urochordata, it is a chordata subphylum. That chordata subphylum organisms are special character, that is the endostyle. That endostyles in developing, I mean future, it is become a thyroid glands in the future organisms, okay. Then digestive tract, that digestive tract full complete anna meaning anna, it is opening with mouth ending with anal pore, completely developed. Alimentary canal is a completely developed, it is a muscular in nature. Then 2 to numerous, 2 or more number of gill slits are there, it is a plain important role in the breathing, respiration. And then circulation is open type, so it is not that have closed circulatory. These are the primitive character. Basically closed circulatory system is a advanced character, but these urochordata exhibiting the open type of class circulatory system. And heart is present in ventral side. And very most important thing, these heart onwards blood supplying reverse directional flow. That reverse directional flow mean it will move the front and backwards, okay, because of it is based on the aquatic media water flow, okay, reverse directional flow. And then another character, nervous system. These nervous system very little developed, single dorsal ganglionic tissue only will present, okay. And then these organisms are bisexual or hermaphrodite. The development, indirect development na larva irukku. That larva name tadpole larva. It is seems like a frog larva, so that's why they kept name is a tadpole larva. So here in the urochordata we should be remember endostyle word must be remember, tunic word, tunicate. Why urochordata organisms called as a tunicates? And then what is the significance of the, what is the advanced character of the urochordates, endostyle? These things you should be remember, okay. Then come with the next subphylum, cephalochordata, okay. Here urochordata meaning tells about the chorda is present at the which place, tail place. Here as like subphylum cephalochordata, it is chorda is present at the place of the cephal, head region. Cephal means head, cephalization word several times we heard previous phylums, okay. So here these cephalochordates are called as a typical chordates. Why cephalochordata organisms are called as a typical chordates? Explanation time I will explain here, okay. See here marine, these and all also marinic habitat. And then these cephalochordata organisms are burrowing mode of lifestyle. They are going to the some of the narrow places, burrows, okay, shallow sea, okay. They are present in the burrow, create the burrows in the shallow sea places, enter in the inside, they lead their life in the burrowing mode of life. And then fish like body, the body is just like our fish, what we seen in our general life, that fish like body without paired fins, when you see in the fish body, some of the unpaired, paired fins are there, Pairing conditional fins called as a paired. Unpaired means dorsal fin, ventral fins. These are all unpaired. When you come into the pectoral fins and pelvic fins, those are all paired fins. So here these two are these cephalochordata having the without paired fins, unpaired fins present. Then these cephalochordata organisms are having the notochord, tubular nerve cord, pharyngeal gills, and then tail, post-anal tail also. So here one thing I want to comparison to cephalochordata to urochordata. Here cephalochordata organisms are having the important characteristics of the chordate, notochord and tubular nerve cord and pharyngeal gills, and then post-anal tail. Total lifelong they are having, total lifelong from the birth to up to death, they are having these general characteristics of the phylum chordata. They are having the total lifelong, not at any one of the lifespan, okay, not a part of the lifespan. They are possessing with from the birth to up to death, okay. That is the reason of these cephalochordata organisms we called as a typical chordates, okay. Then next, these organisms are enterocoelomic. Enterocoelom, the coelom is origin from the archenteron onwards, we seen in the Canodermata time itself, and then they are ciliary filter feeding. In the mouth places they are having the food taking substances, it take in the form of the food taking ciliary filter feeding, okay. Then next, see these cephalochordata organisms belongs to enterocoelomic. Enterocoelomic mean that organisms are coeloms are formed from the archenteron onwards. These can able to feed by the ciliary feeding or filter feeding. That means it filter at the time of the taking of the feeding, it will be interrupting of unnecessary things. What are the necessary things, that only they can able to take in the filter manner. Then pharynx is surrounded by the ectoderm. This statement is very most important thing. Pharynx is surrounded by the ectoderm. Basically alimentary canal surrounded by the endoderm, but here pharynx is surrounded by the ectoderm, that lined by the one of the cavity, that cavity we call as a atrium cavity. Okay, here also as like urochordata, these having the endostyle, they are having the endostyle. That endostyle in future it is seems like a thyroid gland. Then these organisms, cephalopoda organisms, respiration by the external body surfaces. Generally how the annelida organisms are shows the respiration, like that also these these organisms also, cephalochordata organisms are to respirate, okay. Then circulatory system is closed type. I think so, comparing with the urochordata, it is little bit developed. Circulatory system is closed, but circulatory system of urochordata is a open type of condition. Then circulatory system of closed condition. Then blood cells are pigment, and then blood cells pigments are absent. The blood is not at containing with any blood cells, respiratory pigment also not at present. So blood cells pigmentation or respiratory pigments are absent in the cephalopoda blood, and excretion by a special structures are there, solenocytes. These solenocytes are seems like protonephridia. Protonephridia is a primitive character. Here nephridia means nephrons. Nephrons are three type: pronephridia, metanephridia, and mesonephridia. Okay, so here protonephridia type of nephrons are present in the excretory function in the cephalochordata, and then here more number of gonads. Gonads means which of the places or which of the organs are produce gametes. Such a places called as a such a organs called as a gonads. That gonads with gonadoducts without gonadoducts. Okay, so they are opening into direct in the pharynx. Okay, gonads are there, that gonads with gonadoducts, they are opening into the pharynx. See that pharynx onwards released gametes are released into the atmosphere, I mean surrounding places. That external fertilization, it will leads to the external fertilization. External fertilization onwards, it will start to development, example bronchostoma. Now one more time I will revise the continuous here. Continuously I will be give the some clarity about the cephalochordata. Cephalochordata organisms are called as a typical chordates because of these cephalochordata organisms are maintain the important characteristics of the notochord, tubular nerve cord and pharynx in their lifelong, from the birth to up to death, not at any part of the life. So that's why these cephalochordata organisms are called as a typical chordates. These cephalochordata organism habitat is a marine, and then they are lead their life in the burrowing mode of lifestyle in the shallow sea, and these the body is just like a fish like body without paid fins. Pelvic and pectoral fins are not at present. Already this point I explained. Now come with cephalochordata organisms are shows enterocoelomic nature. Coelom is origin from the archenteron, and then these are the feeding manner. They are having ciliary and filter feeding of nutrition is there, and pharynx is surrounded by the ectoderm. This statement is very most important. Okay, then ectoderm lined by the one of the cavity, that cavity is called as a atrium. Here as like urochordata, these organisms also having the endostyle. Then respiration by the external body surface, respiration done by the external body surface, and circulation is a closed type. Blood cells and then pigment is not at presence in the these cephalopoda organisms, cephalochordata organisms, and excretion by the special structures, cells, solenocytes, those are called as a protonephridia nature. And then more gonads are there, that gonads are having the with gonadoducts, they are opening into the directly in the pharynx. That onwards it will leads to the external fertilization, because that gonads onwards released gametes are released into the external environment. So that's why in the external environment fertilization will occur. So example of the these cephalopoda, bronchostoma example you should be remember. Then come with the third subphylum. The third subphylum is a vertebrata. Here one thing I forget. See here three subphylums kadana. In the three subphylums, one is subphylum urochordata, subphylum chordata, subphylum cephalochordata. These urochordata, cephalochordata, previously what I explained that urochordata, now what I explained in the cephalochordata, these two are belongs to acraniata. A means without, crania means cranium. Crania means cranium. We have the skull. Skull like structure is not at present in the urochordata and cephalochordata. So these cephalochordata and urochordata, a common character, that is a acraniata. Now here come with the third subphylum of chordata, that is a vertebrata. These vertebrata we called as a craniata. it is a craniata. Crania is developed, cranium is developed. Cranium means a skull. Okay, skull is developed in the vertebrates. Here, regarding vertebrates, one statement is there. All vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. Okay, simply these two examples I will give for understanding. Here, vertebrate means vertebral column containing organisms. Chordate means a notochord containing. Because here a little variation we can see in the notochord to vertebrate. Vertebrate is a little bit developed than the notochord. That means notochord onwards modification after it will develop in vertebral column in the some of the advanced organisms. So here vertebrates belongs to chordates, but all chordates not belongs to vertebrates. Now understanding wise, in botany you studied, you will get some one statement. All enzymes are proteins, but all proteins are not enzyme. This type of statement only. Okay, that is also it will little bit clarity is necessary for that one also. Now general statement, for example, if one some of the students of Kurinji, okay, that students belongs to either first standard, second standard, third standard, or 12th standard, 11th standard. Whether which standard, all students belongs to Kurinji school, but all the Kurinji students not belongs to 11th standard. Correct na? 11th standard students also belongs to Kurinji students, but all the Kurinji students not belongs to 11th standard of Kurinji. Correct na? As like the same thing applicable here, all the vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. Now you got some idea. Now these vertebrates, they are classified into two groups. One is agnatha, gnathostomata. Just recall the flowchart explanation. Agnatha means jaw, based on the jaw, whether it is present or not. Jaw is not at present mean that is agnatha group. If jaw is present means that is gnathostomata. Gnathostomata. So here agnatha. These superclass having the two classes, that is cyclostomata and ostracodermy. See here these agnatha general characteristics. First point only indicates the agnatha character: jawless, aquatic body and scaleless. Body is scaleless, nothing but when you see in the normal fishes, that fishes are on the body surface area covered by the some of the scales. The type of scales are not at present, and body seems like a eel like fish. And then endoskeleton is cartilaginous. Endoskeleton is a cartilaginous. Cartilaginous is a nothing but a bone, but a flexible bone we call as a cartilaginous. Okay, and then in the agnatha organisms, in their alimentary canal, they are having the tongue. That tongue is containing with horny teeth. Some of the sharply containing teeth are present for holding and mastication wise. And then these agnatha organisms, respiratory organs are gill slits, because of all the organisms are, if it is aquatic media onwards, respiration wise, they need gills or gill slits. Then heart is two chambered. This is I think so the two chambered heart we know in the fishes. We see in the two chambered heart in the fishes. So little bit vertebrates in the vertebrate agnatha organisms, somewhat of similarities with fishes. Okay, then because of next classes, some of the next organisms are belongs to fishes only. So heart is a two chambered. Renal portal system is absent. Renal portal system means kidney in between of alimentary canal and kidney. In between of alimentary canal and kidney, a blood supplying system is called the renal portal system. Renal means a kidney. So that renal portal system is absent. Some along with this another system also you have to know, and hepatoportal system. Hepatoportal system, that hepatoportal system in between the alimentary canal and from the small intestine to up to liver. Okay, a small blood vessels in between of the liver to small intestine. It will carrying the, after digestion of the food, it will reach the liver. If any food item having the toxic substances, the toxic substances are removing. For that one, the small blood circulatory system is necessary. So, like renal portal system, hepatoportal system, renal portal system. Here I am saying about renal portal system is absent. Then come with the next. Kidneys are mesonephric. Protonephric, metanephric, mesonephric. Mesonephric means developed. Mesonephric, nephrons containing kidneys are there. Here examples are petromyzin. Examples are petromyzin and mixin. Petromyzin and mixin. That petromyzin and mixins are normally called as a lampreys. Mixin normally called as a hugfish or slime eel. Slime eel. Then next one, gnathostomata. Gnathostomata, gnatha means jaws, stoma means mouth, mouth containing the jaws, that is jaws vertebrates, jaw containing vertebrates. These gnathostomata organisms, they are having the paid fins. Paid, pelvic and pectoral fins we call as a paid. It is in the form of a pairing condition. So pelvic and pectoral fins are present. And then ears, these are all having the internal ears. That internal ears, especially inside of the ear, the semicircular canals, audibleness is increasing by the presence of these three semicircular canals. Here these gnathostomata organisms are grouped into the two categories. One is a Pisces, fishes. Generally we call fishes, scientifically name Pisces. And then tetrapods. Tetra means four-legged animals. Under tetrapods only, the amphibians after reptiles, after aves, after mammals. These are under tetrapods because of all are having the 4 legs, 2 forelimbs, 2 hind limbs, 2 pairs of limbs are there. So that's why here tetrapods. Pisces means fishes, placodermy, ostracodermy, contractis, and mean bony fishes and cartilaginous fishes. This is about vertebrates. Again one more time, vertebrata also called as a craniata. These are vertebrata. All vertebratas are chordates, but all chordates are not at vertebrate, that you understand. Now these vertebrata are classified into the 2 groups. One is agnatha, next one gnathostomata. Agnatha tells about jawless organisms. These agnatha is classified into 2 groups, cyclostomata and ostracodermy. Okay, then that agnatha also called as a jawless aquatic organisms. In this special characteristics of agnatha, there is a tongue having some of the horny teeth, somewhat of strong, somewhat of teeth. They are present on the tongue surface area. Respiratory organs are gills. Heart is two-chambered. That is a fish related with fish characteristics. Maybe some of the questions, what are the characteristics similar to the fish character in the agnatha, like the type of questions, maybe it will be there is chance. Here petromyzin, mixins are example for agnatha. Then gnathostomata, simply you have to remember examples, Pisces, tetrapods, Pisces and tetrapods.